Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around we had, excuse me for the pronunciation on this, I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, Proshai Livushka. I think that's how you pronounce it. They said it once and then I forgot. I think just reading it off of here, I think that's how you say it. Anyway, last time Livia Soprano passed away, and pretty much the whole episode was a funeral for her. Janice came back doing what Janice does best, which is taking years off of our lives and destroying brain cells of all those who are unfortunate to listen to her. So yeah, it was a whole thing of they had a wake, and they had a moment where people were going to say nice things about her. Nobody really had anything to say, and Carmela pointed out this is exactly why she didn't want any of this, because she knew nobody would come. So yeah, it's pretty much where we left off. What are we doing now? God only knows, but I don't know. But I guess let's find out. Let's get right into it with this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go.
The wife of a made guy doesn't hostess.
I'm so proud of you. I love you, Christopher.
You better.
This better be it.
Well, this is it. All right.
Hey.
He sat on one ass cheek the whole way over.
And God forbid, if you get sick or something happens and you can't earn, we'll take care of you, because that's part of it.
Well, that's good.
If you got a problem, you just gotta let somebody know. This man right here, he's like your father.
You got a problem? Yo, we'll
Doesn't
solve
matter
it.
if it's
All right, give me a hand.
Oh. Oh. Yeep. Bird.
Now rub your hands together like this and repeat after me.
This is weird.
May I burn in hell.
May I burn in hell
If I betray my friends.
if I betray my friends.
Bird.
Congratulations.
Oh. Now the bird is gone.
I love you, Paulie. We're in it together now.
I love you too, kid.
Anything on the Riverfront Esplanade project in Newark?
Can we change the camera angle? I can't put this conversation on screen.
Close.
So, you feeling okay?
Oh, you mean about my mother? Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
You pick up the pieces and you go on.
I meant your spells.
They're not spells. How do you know about that? The fuck over there in New York?
Everybody knows. There's nothing to be ashamed of, Tony. For Christ's sakes, Julius Caesar was an epileptic.
I'm an epileptic.
Jane was determined to bust into the business.
Oh my God, why are you at our house?
Folklore has it that she picked up the
Hour.
called Paramount.
Janice, you know how much we love you.
Eh,
You know how much we love having you around.
both are pretty low,
There's
actually.
a whole big house over there. And I know you want maximum value.
So go over there.
Take away Tony Soprano, he's a zero with shoes.
Yeah, but he's wearing a stripe now.
My Uncle Richie was gonna...
Yeah, but he never did.
So it's Richie's nephew. This is Jackie Jr.
I'm thinking when you first came here, the panic attack with ducks. As I remember it, you were grilling meat, weren't you?
The memory on you.
Sausages, wasn't it?
Sausages. Steaks. Yo.
Well, let's get back to that gabagool.
I gotta take that. My busy season.
Go ahead. Is it that
Yeah.
he needs to eat?
Do me a favor. You watch out for Jackie, okay?
You ought to turn that one link there.
Getting it, I'm
Little
getting it.
setback, huh?
You are very late, young man.
It's me.
Meadow, hi, babe.
Who is it?
It's Meadow. What are you doing?
Fuck, who do you think?
Nothing.
Yeah, your brother wants to talk to you.
No, I don't.
No, no, I don't.
Hello?
I didn't want to talk to you.
Hey, what's up?
Jackie, where are you?
I can't make it.
We're all waiting. You promised.
Fuck it.
Not a reason, just nah.
I'm not running a school here, kid.
Paulie, this is me. You know I'm good for it.
No fucking dragging our friendship. This isn't about that.
Oh, yeah.
You work for me.
Yeah, and I want to.
Just shut your mouth and listen. I'm gonna give you a couple extra days. But it's gonna cost you another 2 G's as a reminder not to fuck it up. I make myself clear? And don't get me to like you. I'm not the one with the short bag.
When you're in, things are serious now. Maybe you were just better as a free agent. Well, you look like the 90s.
You're thinking I clipped your uncle. On the one hand, you'd be a shithead to believe me when I told you I didn't do it. But I didn't.
He didn't. Hey.
Your uncle was a rat. And now he's in the witness protection program.
It's my father's brother you're talking about.
Jackie, I'm a member of your family almost. You think I'm the only one that knows this about Richie? You ask anybody. This hurt all of us.
This is an interesting approach.
Look, Anthony's going in. Anthony!
Yeah, you got this! Oh! Oh. Oh, they were all on top of him. Oh! Oh my god, look at him, he looks like an idiot.
Got a nose for the ball, Agent. I can't be taught. Oh.
He doesn't like it.
Lineman, you gotta...
Is Mom there?
Yeah, she's here. How's school?
Fine. Is Mom there?
Is that Meadow? Can I talk?
Yeah, you can have her.
Oh, good catch.
I feel bad taking your old room.
Ah, don't worry about it. You're all settled in there.
You could sleep in your mother room.
Pass.
Won't be for long.
Yeah.
Feeling in me is she's not here to ask.
I know. I'm sorry.
I did not realize she had a
Just,
prosthetic
this
leg.
is an emotion.
No. She didn't. No, she didn't.
Janice! Janice! Janice!
Слушай, а как там тетя Тони из Перми? Как она поживает? Я разговаривала с дядей Мишей, помнишь его, пожалуйста?
But meat.
Доктора говорят, цирроз печени.
Southern California versus Notre Dame. We're at South Bend, Indiana today, where we have a perfect football afternoon.
See you next week.
Talk about good timing. I was just going to call you, Johnny.
Oh, yeah?
Johnny.
Anthony, I told you to wait in the car.
That really does look like him.
Listen to your old man, Anthony.
That really does look like Corrado.
Oh, wait, please! What are you gonna do?
Oh!
Anthony, what did I fucking tell you?
What, your father never cut off anybody's pinky?
No. But an interesting story.
What you're seeing today, Anthony, a very sad thing.
I wonder if that's like the little brother of the
You disobeyed
actor that
your old
plays
man.
AJ.
And I ought to give you the belt. What I gotta say? A lot of boys your age would have run like a little girl. But you stayed. Man is a gambler. He got over his head in debt. He owed me money and he refused to pay. He avoided me. That's why you should never gamble, Anthony.
Just take advantage of other people gambling.
A man honors his debts. Why not take all of me? Can't you
This is like
see
the happiest I've ever seen
I'm no
Livia.
good?
Four stitches. Own dinner.
This was your first panic attack?
Fainted. That's what
I
my
guess.
old man called it.
Obviously, we finally touched on something here. What you witnessed that day, where the meat came from, and your mother's great pleasure in it.
Was the only time you could count on her being in a good mood. Well, pretty sick, huh? Getting turned on by free cold cuts.
Do you think that your mother questioned why the meat was free? The meat that was going into her children's mouths?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't even want to fucking think about any of this shit.
I'm sure it was too much for you then, too. Violence and blood so closely connected to the food you were about to eat. And also, the thought that someday you might be called upon to bring home the bacon. Like your father.
All this from a slice of gabagool?
Kinda like Proust's Madeleines.
What?
It's just
Marcel
everything
Proust.
just keeps building.
And that one bite unleashed a tide of memories of his childhood and ultimately of his entire life.
This sounds very gay. I hope you're not saying that.
No.
No, it's just
Understanding root causes will make you less vulnerable to future episodes.
My fucking head is swimming here.
yeah.
We're gonna have to stop. It's a lot to process.
But we're getting somewhere.
But we've made real progress today. Good work.
Like more than ever.
Hey, we're watching the game.
So I like going to the city. I can catch the game in the car.
It's nice he wants to visit his sister.
You're right. I'll get my shoes.
Why don't you watch your game, Tone?
What, I shouldn't go now?
AJ, why don't you bring this stuff out to the car?
This is gonna go over well. God, there's so much crap on that table.
But if you want to make a big scene at your daughter's new college, then comb your hair and come right along. Embarrass her. Alienate her. Or better yet, cut her off. Let her drop out of there and go to a state school. Or maybe move back in here.
Meh. Boy, Carmela's done arguing.
I'll probably watch the game.
Probably. Alright. Whew. I don't know if Carmela has gotten any better at talking to Tony, or if she just gave up.
Noah, would you mind?
Noah told me what Dad said to him. It's all out in the open, so fuck this.
Let's watch the latrine lip.
The
What'd
latrine
Dad say?
lip.
Anthony,
AJ,
would you go downstairs and wait for me? I would like to talk to your sister.
Oh, I know what he said.
Go.
I'm always being sensitive. Why do I bother going?
meh. I'm gonna go have a character arc somewhere else.
The rest of the world should work around his racist, retrograde, fucking asshole personality.
He comes from a place and a time where he thinks he has your best interests at heart.
Look, he's
New
super
Jersey?
old.
Third millennium?
Noah, I'm sure you must know what I'm talking about. Coming from a racially mixed marriage, I'm sure that's been a difficult burden to shoulder.
Don't slam his family background. Look what you wound up in.
Damn.
No.
The world. The vast, rich world.
If you see some karmic connection between your taking my mother's records and the disappearance of your leg...
Oh my god.
Wow.
What a fucking
the records
bitch.
return to the rightful owner, and so does the leg. You better hope you have all your shit out of here, because I'm calling the locksmith.
God, she's just gonna fucking die alone. And the world will be all the better for it.
I don't think I'm gonna go.
What, college? Of course you will.
There's so many people there. They're all smarter than me. It's a bunch of freaks.
What?
Under no circumstances move this car or your life will not be worth shit.
Give me Jules' autograph.
You're a good kid. I'll bring you her underpants.
You're robbing a benefit concert, you know that?
Is that all there is? I'll fucking blow your head off.
Oh! Turn the car on. Did he jack off?
Jackie Aprile? He had something to do with this thing in the papers?
Don't worry. Junior was only the wheelman.
I specifically told Christopher to leave the kid the fuck out.
Just telling you what I know.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's a no.
This young man may have a big future ahead of him. He may be a leader. And that's what it takes. And that's why I'm naming him defensive captain.
Does he like football?
All right. So let's hit those showers, one thought in mind. Soprano. Soprano, you all right?
And thus it begins again. How it all began. And how it has begun. Okay, so this season, weirdly, it's kind of weird to think that this season specifically, but this season is about stress, strains. Not just like stress of just stressed, man, but just like, I mean, that's definitely part of it, but just like stressing things. Many things. Meadow, this is why you were going to go to Berkeley. This was why you were going to go to Berkeley. To go to the other side of the country and not deal with your parents. I kind of like that while Carmela sees the error in Tony's ways, she is also screwing things up, you know? She is also pushing Meadow away. I don't know, man. It just, everything is stress. Everything is just stress. And everyone, I don't know, it's like everyone's just getting like more concentrated. It's like everyone is shrinking, yet like they're not losing anything. Like their mass is still being maintained just within smaller cores, and everything is just collapsing in on itself, you know? Let's just start, you gotta start somewhere. Fucking Janice. Oh my god. I wonder, I'll have to read your comments and see, but was Janice not supposed to come back? Because it feels like at the end of last season, Janice wasn't going to come back, you know? But they decided to change that after Nancy Marchand died. So they were like, well, we'll bring Janice back in and we'll do stuff with it. Because it's like, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed about her since killing Richie. I don't know, man. It's just... good grief. Good friggin' grief. Janice stole Svetlana's leg and is going to use that to try to get the records back. What fucking bitch. She drugged her, put drugs in her Sprite, and then, while she was passed out, stole her leg. It just, ugh. And apparently she's getting married to a 19-year-old. That's another thing. The fact that it's like she's immediately getting married again. It's just like, what the fuck? Fucking psychotic bitch. Everyone's a psychotic bitch in this show. Except exactly Meadow and AJ. And Dr. Melfi. That's it. They're the only ones that are not psychotic bitches. So, Chris, he's got more problems now. That bird, man, that bird. You had to learn the hard way. You can't be short, you know? Can't be short, but I don't know. Will Chris ever grow up? I don't know. Jackie Jr., JJ, Jackie April. Interesting stuff there, you know. It's interesting because it's like, you know, you have to lie to him about Richie. But I like that, you know, Tony is trying to keep him out of this stuff, you know? Because Jackie Sr., his father, would never have wanted him to get in, even if he's not a doctor. I mean, like, look, if you can't be a doctor, then don't be a doctor, but don't get into bad stuff because of it, you know? Which this is also about to apply to AJ, but it's like, look, you just live a peaceful life. Just don't be a part of this, you know? It's like Vinland Saga, where Askeladd says to some of his warriors, you know, just go live a life. Don't be a warrior. Like, go, you know, have a farm, have a wife and kids, and die at an old age, you know? Don't be a part of this. It's the same thing here, where it's like, you don't do this. Don't be a part of this. And don't jack off in your car. Did he actually? Is that what it was? Because he was rubbing his crotch, and then when they got in there, he looked at his hands, and he's like, and it's like, did he jack off? Did he jack off? Was that it? If that's the case, I hope they never find that car. Because there's DNA evidence if that's the case. Ugh. I hope not. I hope he didn't just jack off in that car. But what else could it have been? Because, like, I say that, but I'm like, but he couldn't have done that, right? But then I'm like, what if he did? What if he jacked off in that car? Jackie jacked off. It's not the fucking time. When you're a getaway car, don't fucking jack off. You know, in all of this, we've never heard, you know, so we have Tony, you know, Tony doesn't want AJ in this line of work. Jackie didn't want, Jackie, his son Jackie, in this line of work. Never heard that from Johnny, you know? We never heard that. We never hear, you know, did Johnny ever want Tony not to be a part of that, you know? Like, he gave him the thing, you know, don't gamble. Never gamble. Always pay your debts properly, basically. Lannister always pays his debts, but no gambling, specifically. Because it's just not good. It's just not good. And that's an interesting lesson that Johnny has given Tony, but we never knew. Did Johnny ever want Tony not to do this, you know? But now, like, we've finally made a breakthrough in therapy. Like, we've figured it out. It's always meat. It's always meat that's bringing these memories, you know, bringing these feelings back, basically, you know? And it's going to be a lot to process, but I mean, they're getting somewhere. All this from a little gabagool. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, you never know what triggers are out there for you, for your mind. The mind is such a complicated thing, you know? The mind is such a complicated thing. It's like, how, like, you'll never know what does bring that stuff up, you know? Now, what is it for AJ? What is it for AJ? Is it, I mean, the thing I can see is something of importance, you know? It's when he given the defensive captain position, you know, and or him kind of going against the idea of college because maybe it's this sort of like almost inferiority complex he has, like he can't do these things, but it's like you don't have to do these things. And even if you could go to that college, you could go to Georgetown and not be like the rest of the people there, I went to college. 5 years ago is when I got out. Good Lord. But 5 years ago, I got out of college. I was not the greatest history major there. I knew that. And, probably, even if I was the greatest history major there, I would probably look at someone, doing something else and be like, oh, that's fucking more important than my job. I don't know. But it's like, but that's okay. You don't have to do this, But that's the thing. Now there's this pressure on AJ to do these great things, and he just, I guess it's, fight or flight on whether or not he can do it. And that has caused him to pass out. AJ really needs to see Dr. Melfi. And Dr. Melfi, I'm sure, would be overjoyed to help AJ. I don't know, but it's an interesting thing, I guess, and that really is it. It's just these boiling stresses. Like, things are boiling now. Like, maybe that's even a better word than stressing. Like, things are, like, everyone's starting to boil now, The temperature is rising in every single scene. Everything is getting hotter and hotter. And it's just like, someone's gonna burst, Someone's gonna burst. Maybe that was AJ. Maybe AJ's done that first, Maybe Tony did it before everybody else, But it's all happening, even down to, even just Meadow, And yeah, the whole thing, like her talk with Carmilla, that is so infuriating because it's just like you're getting onto her for this, and it's just like, what the hell, It's Tony that's being racist, And literally it's just like, oh, well, he comes from a different time. And it's just like, that doesn't excuse that. The Nazis are from a different time, too. We don't excuse Nazis, It's just like, not that Tony is a Nazi, but he's an asshole. He's an asshole, That doesn't excuse his behavior just because he's old, Just because he's from a different time. It's like, even if he thinks he's doing the best, doing what he should be doing, well, what he's doing is still bad, Serial killers think what they're doing is the best thing for them to be doing. They shouldn't be doing it. I meant Noah is a champ for, sticking out with that, though. For staying with Meadow. Despite now seeing multiple, both of her parents being terrible, If he's gonna stick it out with her, hey, that's a good guy right there. Honestly, she's kind of got to keep her, I don't know. It's the thing that Carmilla said of keep this up, cut her off, drive her completely away. Is she just going to, be like, okay, I'm done. That's enough of that. I'm getting away. Kind of like Barbara, Barbara got away from Livia, from all those things. Tony handled their mother, or Janice who fucked off and went to Seattle. Like, is that going to be Meadow, where she's just like, I'm done with this, maybe she'll keep in touch with her brother, the only other decent person in her family, it seems like, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Just everything is definitely boiling. Everything is boiling, and now we just have to see what bursts first. What's going to explode first? We don't know, but we'll find out. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from Scimitar Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.